I had a little bit of a situation this Christmas.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. So I my car, has its ups and downs. It runs though. All in all, it runs. It's a Toyota RAV4.
Oh,
It's an
solid.
old one, 2003. Those are fucking killers, man.
Yeah, I
I
love
respect the
RAVs.
car. I don't downplay it. I mean, we talk a lot of shit about it, but it does what it needs to do.
Right.
I had a tire that was flat, very flat. And I was like, fuck, I'm not going to drive on this. So I was like, well, I guess there's a gas station around the block. I was like, I'm just going to fill it up there, and then I'll go to Christmas. So luckily, McKenna and I drive separately because that would have just been a whole nother thing.
Why did you drive separate?
Because she had to work Christmas night,
Okay.
'cause she's a nurse or whatever. So she had to do that. So so we drove separately. And so I go to this gas station to fill up fill up the tire. And I get there, drive around the block, and they're like, oh, it's out of order. And I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm like, the guy's like, there's one down, like, just around this block. He's like, he's got a bunch of them, so just go there. I'm like, do they work? Like, because I've gone a couple weeks ago, I went the other way, the other direction, because I had, like, kind of a flat tire.
Yeah.
My one's, I think it's got a leak or something. And I was going to pump it up, couldn't find anywhere, so I just ended up going home, pumping it up at home. And so I go around the block. This guy does. He has, like, fucking 10 of these air machines. I'm like, hell yeah. So I go up, I'm putting quarters in. Nothing fucking happening. I'm like, okay, maybe it's this other one, because none of these have signs on them. The other one had a sign on it, so I went inside and asked before I started. So I go to the next one, put them in. Nothing. I'm like, motherfucker. So I go inside. I'm like, hey. I'm like, which one of those works? And the guy's like, it's fucking Christmas, so, like, I'm fucking sorry he has to work, but, he's all like, oh, none of those work, dog. None of those. I'm like, well, you want to put them? I was like, okay. And, sometimes I get quick to anger. Sometimes. So I'm trying to do.
You're confessing your sins.
I was really, and you can ask McKenna this too, I was doing a very, very good job for myself. With all that was happening, I would not get too, like, angry yesterday, which I was proud of myself for. It's all the journaling I've been doing or something. I don't know.
Yeah, dude, that actually changed my life personally.
It is big. So I'm like, okay, fuck. So I know Quick Trips have air, and they usually maintain their shit. So I'm like, okay, there's a Quick Trip on the way. If I take the back roads and I just go real slow, I can make it. I was like, I'll get to a Quick Trip, I'll pump it up, I'll go there, right? So I'm going like 25, 30 under the speed limit. Hazards on, just rolling, trying to get to the fucking Quick Trip. And I get about 15 minutes, fucking tire. I never heard this sound that fucking happened. Blows up, dude. I wish we had a picture. Oh man,
It didn't have a leak. Why did it blow up?
So, it had to have had a leak, and then it, like, basically what had happened was, if there's a hole or something, had to have, like, caught and ripped, and the whole thing just, like, it was like the weirdest, like, pop sounding almost, and then it just shred, and I'm seeing tire flying behind me, and I'm like,
Does it smell like shit?
oh fuck, well, my fucking nose is all fucked up, so I don't fucking know.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah,
it probably
yeah.
did, but then it just hearing metal scraping on the fucking, so I'm like, oh shit. So I pull over into this. Luckily I got to a gas station. It was not a Quick Trip, so their fucking air did not work. I have a spare tire, right? Now I have changed a tire a couple of times with my dad.
You've already beaten me, so
Okay, well, there we go.
I've never even witnessed.
There's levels. So I know how to do it, right? What I don't know how to do is where the fuck to put the jack so I don't fuck my car up.
Yeah.
And so I'm so anxious because I'm like, dude,
What's AAA? Do you not have AAA?
no, not on this car. I don't have it. I have, like, a different fucking thing with it. So my shit is fucking blown up, and I've got a spare tire. I get the spare tire off the back of the car. I'm ready to go. And I'm like, shit, where do I place this? And I'm so scared because I'm like, I don't want to break something else trying to fix this. It's freezing. I've now gotten under the car like 3-4 times trying to find the spot because I'm looking at the diagram. It's not fucking, I don't see it when I get under there. I'm like, it's not fucking there. It was there. Spoiler alert. But I don't know how to fucking, it doesn't look the same. They lied on the diagram.
To be honest, like, you've already made it farther than I ever. I would have gone to the first gas station without air in the fucking pump and called someone to pick me up.
Well, so you know how cold it was yesterday.
Oh, I do.
In the last couple days, freezing, right?
Freezing below, actually.
Fucking freezing.
Like,
so
below zero.
I'm laying in fucking ice underneath my car, trying to in fucking freezing cold. I kept going back in the car just to, like, warm up for a few minutes and, like, watch a YouTube video on some fucking Polish guy doing it, and then I would get out and try to fucking do it, and it wouldn't work, whatever. So eventually this guy.
Did you ask anyone?
I did. I asked the guy in the fucking gas station. He just laughed at me. Did not say anything, just laughed.
God.
So I was like, okay. So then this guy pulled up. He wanted to use the air machine. I'm like, yo, it don't fucking work. I'm like, the air don't work. But I was like, but I was like, but can you help me with this real quick?
But I do have something you can do.
And he does. He's like, oh, it goes right here. Motherfucker put it in the wrong fucking spot. So I jacked the car up. Just to suspend. Didn't break anything, but it's just the suspension going up. The tire's still on the ground. So I'm like, fuck. Whatever. I end up guessing. I like this Polish guy on this video. He's like, oh, I just go a fist in. And I'm like, okay. I was like, hey, maybe it's my Polish heritage. I'm like, let's just try this. I go, boop, boop. Boom, put it in. Prop the car up. We good to go. I fucking take the tire off. Now, I realized my spare tire is a little flat. Not flat like this other one. There's a picture somewhere. I will put it, when this is a highlight, I will put it up in here. You will see how bad the first one is. But I put the second one on. It's fine. It looks like a tire. It's not flat like that. It's not crazy. I've seen people drive them way worse. So I put it on. I changed the tire. Now, granted, that was like an hour. I just fast forwarded an hour,
and is
basically.
your family like eating?
Oh yeah. They're like, "What's going
potatoes.
on?" I'm on FaceTime with my dad. Like, Dad, what the fuck do I do? Like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm fucking dying. Like, I'm freezing to death. My jacket's ruined. Everything. It was terrible. So I get this going. I'm like, okay, I just gotta find. I'm like, this is a little low, so I want to pump this up just to be fucking safe. So I'm like, let me get to that quick trip. So I'm driving. I make it about 20 minutes. Right?
The quick trip is still 20 minutes away?
Because the quick trip, when the ship blew up, I had to go, like, I had to, like, turn left. It was, like, this whole weird thing. So I had to, like, go, like, a half mile on the fucking blown up tire out of the direction. And I was only driving 20 miles an hour in a fucking 55 or 60 or whatever it was. So it took a long time. So I get there. I get close. I'm not far from the quick trip. Like, I know it's on the GPS. God. And my other tire blows up.
No, it doesn't. With the new one?
The spare that I just put on blows up.
Why?
Because it was low and it was cold, and so it just fucking tore. It didn't blow up the same way. Like, there was no pop. All of a sudden, you're making the same noise. It's rattling. I look out the fucking mirror, ripping up, tearing up, shreds of tire everywhere. So I'm like, fuck. I pull over.
Have you started crying at this point? Are you not a crier?
I didn't cry.
I would have been in tears.
I got really angry. Actually, I think I just went on TikTok because I gave up. I was like, I'm not going home. I don't have any more tires. I used to spare this fucking, and
it's Christmas Day.
And so I'm like, okay, so I'm just sitting there. I call my dad. I'm like, it's just broken. I'm about 30 minutes from home. So he's like, okay, I'll just come get you. And so he's on his way to come get me, and I'm just chilling. This guy pulls up behind me in a truck, and he gets out of his car, and I'm like, oh, hey, man. He's like, I cut him off. That would have been great. No, I already cut him off. I'm like, I already got somebody coming. Don't worry about it. Like, hey, there's a guy coming. My dad's coming. It's da-da-da-da-da. He hits me with oh no, actually, he introduced himself right away. Tyson, oh, I'm Tyson. I own a shop like 5 minutes from here. I might have some extra trailer tires. Help you out. I could just swing it over here and you could borrow that. Maybe that'll help you get home. And I was like, what?
Is that easy?
I was like, for real? Like, you and he's like dead serious. And then I almost cried. Because he was so fucking nice, this guy. Shout out Tyson. He owns a bunch of fucking businesses in this whatever fucking area I was. It was like around Waterford, I don't know, somewhere Burlington, after Burlington on the way to Milwaukee. I don't know where the fuck that is. Making the Cut. So if you're listening to this podcast right now, anybody, not Tyson, if you guys are listening to it, and you have a Yelp, I do not have a Yelp. I'm going to make one. I'm going to go review Making the Cut is his fucking business.
I'll let it go do it.
He literally saved my life because it was fucking freezing. He goes, he gets it. Shitty, because I didn't know. He said to me, he was like, if I'm not back in 15 minutes, like, just leave. Like, just know I'm not coming. Like, I'm probably not coming because I don't have one. And so I didn't call my dad and be like, don't come, because in case the guy, I don't know this fucking guy, he didn't give me his phone number right away. Right. So my dad shows up right when dude gets back.
Oh, Jesus.
We changed the tire, but it was all good. My dad even tries to give him some money for helping me out. And he's like, nah, just pay it forward. The sweetest guy. So shout out to fucking Tyson for making the cut, dude. He is the fucking goat. And I have the tire on my car right now. And he was like, just wait. He's like, get it whenever you get it fixed. He gave me his phone number. He's like, just give me a call. If I'm not around, you can just drop it off at my shop. They'll know what to do. Like, and I'm like, okay.
Get what fixed?
I'm gonna, cause it's like a trailer tire. It shouldn't be on my car. It fit, but we don't want that. It's like a little wide. It's a little janky, right? Okay, so I got to get 4 new tires, which is what I'm going to do.
Jesus.
But he said, he's like, just borrow it for the week, like, just bring it back, drop it off.
Did you tell him that 2 of your tires exploded? Like you told him the story?
I didn't show him the second time. I was too embarrassed that the one he was looking at was shredded to pieces. I didn't want to get into that. So
yeah, I guess you have to like uphold your masculinity.
Yeah, I was.
I don't have that.
You know those like those TikTok guys, comedians that like they do like the shorts, like the Midwest stuff. Like they're those like Midwest dad guys. They're like, oh,
I don't
don't
watch
you know,
TikToks.
oh well, even anything. I'm sure you've seen these guys. Like they're like these like Wisconsin Midwest like dad accounts. This dude was just that to a T, and
Really?
in the best way, in the nicest way. Like he was just
He
the
sounds
sweetest
like the
guy.
goat.
And yeah, and seriously, like my dad tried to hand him some money, and he was like, no, I'll just pay it forward. And he's like, if you see somebody in need, just help them out. That's all I ask. And I'm like.
That is so sweet.
And I
That
was
was
like,
Christmas.
Yeah,
That was
Christmas
like an
Day.
angel.
That was Christmas Day. I literally was like, man,
You're gonna go there and they're gonna be like, Tyson? We don't have a Tyson here.
It was an
It's
angel.
just an angel, yeah.
That'd
Can you
be
imagine?
crazy. That would be nuts. But yeah,
Tell that story.
so I did eventually get back, and I'm all good. I'm getting some new tires. So I'm sure my grandpa's listening or my family's listening. They're like, this fucking kid and this car, I got it under control. It's okay. I'm sorry that I've let you down.
I mean, didn't you already tell them all this?
Some of them, not all of them. Thanks for watching that last video, guys. Click right over here to see the episode in its entirety. Or click over here to subscribe and check out all the other cool shit we have on the channel. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Do it.